Well, Jesus, I don't even know what's got. Christ almighty, I've got stuff going on. Oh, why is the PC laggy today? I don't know. I don't know. Welcome back to the channel. It might just be my internet because I'm struggling all over the place. Welcome back to the channel, people. Sorry for the rant. Everything's running a bit slow at the minute for some reason. The software seems to be dragging its heels. YouTube won't open happily. I can't find the bloody lobby for this race. It's just chaos at the minute. Stickers still available for people. Hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com. Nice and calm for that one, eh? Right, back into this. This is where I'm at. Evening, people. This is where I'm at. Room not found. I'm struggling, and you can hear the sounds glitching out all over the place. No idea what's going on. Try again. Just room not found. Okay. Okay, I might have to turn this whole game off and start again. Let's come out all the way back to the start for now. Let's see if it'll go back in, and God knows. God knows what's happening. So I can look, there's lobbies, look, there is lobbies. Just no lobbies with my friends in, which I know is a lie. And again, the sound's a little bit glitchy, so not quite sure what's happening tonight, people. Let me gonna have to go for the old kill the game, start again. But yeah, still got that glitchy going on. You can hear that? I can hear a hiss anyway. I don't know whether it's coming through on stream. Right, let's try that again. Come on. Come on, work. I think this t-shirt's going to be a different colour by the time the end this stream's done. It's a light grey shirt. The second it gets wet, a bit sweaty, it goes dark grey. So expect that. Right, let's see what's happening now then. Come on. Checking network environment. I've found the lobby. I've tried to join it. I've been in the lobby. Right. I've said hello to people and I've been kicked out. There was just a network error, and I found myself back in the sort of lobby in this bit. But again, this bit's not doing its thing, is it? I don't know what. Connected to server. Great. Where's my lobbies? All right, there's some. Oh, there it is. This is what I did last time, and it just kept saying room full. Success. He's in. Well, who knows? Who knows? Just give them a little sorry, no idea what happened. Got kicked, and looks like we're kicking off with the race pretty much the second I finished that goddamn thing. Yeah, got booted out. Totally random.
Totally random, but we're in. So back for Nordschleife, 2-lap races again. So we should see about 5 or 6. I think it's about 6 usually for 2-lappers. Not had a chance to see who's in the room really. We're straight in. Some of the regulars, LLO in the room. Potkind Vectra, Ace Killer. I'm sure Mart's in there somewhere. Yeah, he's in there. Fire Basti. Potkind. Okay, lights on then. Race 1 just about to get underway. Again, 2 laps here at Nords. A little bit misty, a little bit dark as well. Good curl. Through turn 1 in the Porsche, being chased by Kevin Turbo in the Ferrari. BMW for Mart in 3rd position. Fire Basti, what are you in? Audi R8. What a Ferrari for LLO. Oh, apologies, is that a Ferrari? Yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's just knock all the headlights over the front. Ace Killer in a BMW. We've got Potkind in the BMW as well, the M6. Leaf Barn in the Ferrari. Seb Girardon in the R8. Galaxy Giga. Or Gigawatt, he's in the Mercedes. Being chased by Gazelle in the Porsche. Let's just have a look. Koenigsegg in the Beetle as per usual. Fire Fabian in another Ferrari. Azad in a Lamborghini. And Lance in another R8. Right, back to the front. We've been through the cars. We've been through the drivers. They won't all stick around. You'll see some of these drivers come and go. Good curl still leading. Mark having a little look at Kevin Turbo there, but he's put himself under pressure now as Fire Basti's got a little look up the inside through there. Oh, Mark gets a tiny bit of contact. Has he managed to get through this next corner? Yes, he has. He has lost that position. Oh, no, who's that that's driven off track? LLO. Outbraked himself. Not sure if there was a little bit of contact. Mark's tyres still dirty. Gets a little bit sideways coming out of there. So that puts Kevin Turbo into 2nd then in the Ferrari. But Gudekerl, oh, wrong way. Gudekerl, 2.3 seconds ahead at the moment in the Porsche. Looking pretty good. Again, oh, Kevin Turbo just slips out into the wall there. Fire Basti 3rd, Ace Killer 4th, Mark now 5th. Potkind 6th, LLO in 7th, Leaf Barn in 8th. Seb in 9th, Galaxy in 10th, Gazelle in 11th, Koenigsegg in 12th, Fire Fabian 13th, Azad in 14th, and Lance a little bit off the pace at the minute in that R8, 4 seconds down in 15th. Midfield pack then still reasonably closely jammed together. Gudekerl just extending that lead, 3.5 seconds ahead of Kevin Turbo now. Also pulling ahead of Fire Basti. Who's that? That is Ace Killer coming to have a look at him for that 3rd position. Fire Basti's found himself with a half a second penalty as well. He's got to lose that on the big long back straight. And if they stay as close as they are now, he's going to have a stream of cars coming past him. If they don't get past him already at certain points of this circuit. Ace Killer then. Still on the chase. Look at that stream of cars behind. Halfway round lap 1 and they're all still pretty close together. Chat popping up, can't see it, I've got a light reflecting on it. Down towards the right hander then, up towards the carousel now. A little bit wide there for Fire Basti. Oh, Ace Killer, tyres light up a little. Potkind decides he's going to go off-roading. Mark closes up on Ace Killer coming into the carousel then. Oh, a little wobble there for Ace Killer. Look how close Mark's getting now. Nowhere for him to go. Gives him a little nudge down the road. Just come on. A little bit of a move on. Try and catch back up with Fire Basti. And all the time they're stuck behind Fire Basti, not saying he's a slow driver at all. It's allowing this man to just escape still, 3.5 seconds ahead of everybody else. That's Kevin Turbo as well, apologies. He's stretched out as well, 2.5 seconds ahead of Fire Basti. It's Killer 4th then, Mark 5th. Potkind still 6th. Gap starting to open up a little bit then. LLO just falls off the back a little bit of Potkind. He's still dragging Leaf Barn, Die Gazelle along for the ride. Koenigschleiser not too far off the back of those boys either. Fire Fabian in 11th. Azad in 12th. And we've already lost 3 drivers from this one. I told you they wouldn't stick about. Gouda Curl 6.2 seconds. Kevin Turbo, I was going to say, he must have had an incident. He must have had an incident to drop all that time. And he has. We'll just catch up with him as Fire Basti and Ace Killer go past him. Mart as well gets a move on him. And now they're all going to go streaming past Fire Basti when he loses this penalty. Let's just keep an eye on this when he loses this. See how many of these cars come streaming by. Ace Killer picking up a toe as well. Shouldn't take him long. Now will Fire Basti pull over out of the way? No, penalty being lost there. There's one. Mark coming up behind him, using that slipstream, then pulls over. Kevin Turbo trying to tuck back into that slipstream. Fire Basti trying to tuck back into Mart's slipstream here as well. Picks it up. All closing back up Concertina style as they head to the end of this straight. They're going to have to stay in order through here, otherwise it's going to be absolute chaos going through the next few turns. And now the chase is on then. Ace Killer. Now the lead chase car trying to hunt down Gouda Curl, 6.6 seconds up the road. It's a tall order. It's not out of the realms of impossibility. They're going to have to push real hard now. You'll probably see Ace Killer and Mark maybe work together in 1 or 2 sections. They are still pretty close together, some of these drivers. Kevin Turbo then, after his incident in lap 1, holds 5th position, not lost anymore. Kept Potkind behind him. LLO closed the time back up on that group. Opens up a little bit to Leaf Barn in 8th, 1.6 seconds back to him. Die Gazelle still tucked into his slipstream. Koenigschleiser in that matte black Beetle with the best roof in the lobby. Beetle fast around the first part of this circuit with all the twists and the turns, but when he gets onto these longer straights, for instance like this one here, just loses out on top speed compared to everything else, unfortunately. Not without that 7th gear anyway. Fire Fabian and Azad still having a heated battle for 11th and 12th. Got a bit squirrely through there, Azad. Gouda Curl then, still holding that lead. Made a little bit time up actually, 6.7 seconds. Ace Killer still 2nd. Mark still tucked right onto his rear end. Fire Basti's not let them go either. Kevin Turbo still there. Potkind, Leaf Barn, Die Gazelle, they are all slowly getting back together. LLO, Koenigschleiser. What have you done, LLO? I'm sure you were 6th a minute ago. No damage on that car. Being harassed by Koenigschleiser a little. He's got a slipstream now at least. Fire Fabian and Azad, still battling it out for 11th and 12th. They're not too far off the back of the field, to be perfectly honest. What are they, 20 seconds back? That's not too bad going. Certain other drivers can seem to be about a minute back, depending how how much of a terrible lap they've had. Look at this, Gouda Curl though pulls out more time, another half a second over Ace Killer. There is the gap, 7.4 seconds ahead now for Gouda Curl. Ace Killer broken away from Mart, then that gap opens up to 1.4 seconds. No help being given between those two. Fire Basti just outside of that slipstream range as well. Same for Popkind Vectra. Leaf Barn and Die Gazelle both have got a slipstream off of Popkind. Can they make that work for themselves? LLO trying to claw his way back onto that group with Koenig Schleiser behind him. Kevin Turbo's made another terrible mistake. From 5th down to 10th. It's all going wrong for him. Got Fire Fabian closing up on him. He's managed to pull a little bit of a gap from Azad. Not putting a foot wrong then, Gouda Curl. Ace Killer's not been able to close that gap down on him at all. Seven and a half seconds lead. No way you're going to catch that time up now, Ace Killer. You've just got to hang on to it for second position now. Same for Mark. The gap opens up behind him as well to Fire Basti, 1.8 seconds. Is that yellow flags? Why did I see yellow flags? Does somebody have a little incident? Maybe a little bit of off-track action? It's not Fire, it's not Gouda Curl up front. Still holding that nearly 7.5 seconds. To be honest, they're still pretty close together on track. Die Gazelle risks it through there. What has happened to... Oh, sorry, it's LLO making up a position. He's managed to get himself past Die Gazelle. Into 7th for LLO then. 8th for Die Gazelle. 9th for Koenig Schleiser. Oh, he's lit the rears up. He's gone round. Picked himself up a penalty as well. Needs to get himself back on track. Oh, loses a position to Kevin Turbo. Can he stay ahead of Fire Fabian before the end of the race? As the leaders just come on to the Dottinger straight now. Gouda Curl pushing it through there. But that's a win in the bag for him easily, unless he gets it absolutely wrong at the end of the straight. There's the gap. Ace Killer in second then. There's Mart, Fire Basti, Popkind, Leaf Barn, Die Gazelle. LLO's had a mare. Kevin's gone through. Koenig Schleiser's gone through. LLO, where have you gone? You've left the lobby. He's left the race. I don't know why. Last couple of corners then for Gouda Curl. He's made it look easy. There it is. Gouda Curl then across the line. Taking race 1 win. Ace Killer round that final turn. Down towards the line himself. Second place. Mark not too far behind in third. Fire Basti 3 seconds back in the end in fourth. Popkind Vectra fifth, being chased by Leaf Barn across the line there. Die Gazelle comes home in 7th. Kevin Turbo will take 8th. It's had a bit of a terrible race. Second for most of lap 1, and then had a bit of a moment and ended up 5th. And then had another incident or something at lap 2 and ended up 10th. Managed to make up a couple of positions. So 8th for him. Koenig Schleiser 9th. We'll just wait for Fire Fabian and Azad to cross the line. There is Fire Fabian. 2 corners to go for him. And done. And we just wait for Azad. Not too far. Oh. Not too far behind, but he does get it a little bit wrong around that last turn. Decides he's going to reverse it across the line. Why not? 11th place. But we did lose LLO right at the end there. That was a bit of an odd one. He wasn't doing too bad. There he is, Gouda Curl GT on the top spot. Why am I being WhatsApped in the middle of a stream? That's not... Okay. Fire Fabian leaves the lobby then. So what happened to LLO? Is he still here? No. I wonder if everyone's got internet issues or whether it's just PlayStation Network causing issues. So a couple of new drivers then. Slipstream X has joined the lobby. Mortality Pablo is joined as well. And DDR. Buddy Buds. DDR. Is that Daily Driven Exotics? No, that's DDE, of course. What's DDR? Daily Driven Racing. Let's just remind them that there is live comms. For all the newbies and all the not so newbies, I suppose. You know, they might have forgot. They haven't forgot. Yeah, it's a pretty fast bunch, this lot. Not masses of time between P1 crossing the line and was it P12, P11 in the end? P11. Who did we lose from that race? So Good Curl on top, Ace Killer second, Mark third, Fire Basti fourth, Potkind fifth, Leaf Barn sixth, Digazelle seventh, Kevin Turbo in eighth, Königsschleiser ninth, Fire Fabian 10th, Azad the Don in 11th. And this is where we started to lose drivers. Again, not too sure what happened to LLO. He was halfway through lap 2. He just disappeared. But we lost Lance early on. We lost Seb Giridon, sorry, and Galaxy Gigawatt. Or Gigawatter. And LLO. Yeah. The LLO one is a little bit strange. He usually hangs about. Again, unless he's got internet connection issues. Again, you've seen the issues I've had trying to get in the lobby tonight. I was actually in the lobby and got physically kicked out. No reason. Evening. Let me read that properly. I've got light in my eyes. Laura Muller. Evening. Who are you here to scream and shout at? Let me do that screaming and shouting for you. Who are we here? Who's this that's joining the lobby? Smiling Speedsters in the house. Yeah, it's a shame about LLO. He sometimes pops up in the PlayStation, in the YouTube chat as well. Dark Smoker, why not race? Boom. That's why. I won't want to embarrass you all anyway. Smoke you lot. Alright? Evening, Smiling Speedster. Who's that that's just ploughed into the wall at full speed? Just as the camera changed over. Yeah, that's why I don't race Azad. Because I do commentary. Okay, bro. Love. Well, get yourself on the stream, buddy. Boat giveaway today. I should win that, Königsschleiser. Where is he? I should tell him that's mine. Königsschleiser, that's my boat. I want the boat. Stay hydrated, people. Yeah. I'm back on the whiskey and coke. Not that I've run out of beer, and not that the bottle opener's broken. Why is my camera on the Murph? There we go. Just, don't know, just fancied the old whiskey again tonight, not the beer. So, reverse grid for race 2, but all the new drivers start from the front, and then it's reverse grid for everybody else. So Azad sitting at in 5th, who would have been at the front if new drivers hadn't have joined. ADR carry as well, okay. We've lost 5 Basti. Still 14 drivers ready to race. German efficiency is his best look. Bang on the number tonight. 26. He's not messing about tonight. Pop kind. It's getting a bit toasty in here though, people. I know 1 or 2 in the lobby I cover tomorrow night. They've got their sim racing equipment up in the loft, which not pretty. Oh no, not that. I'm not chatting. Not going for the chat. Not right now. Okay, race 2 just about to start then. DDR going to lead us out. Smiling Speedster 2nd. Unfortunately, and that was it ADR or ADR Caddy didn't get a car in time, so he's not in this one. Smiling Speedster 2nd. Slipstream in 3rd. Mortality Pablo 4th. Azad 5th. Königsschleiser 6th. They're away then. Decent start by most. Do feel for those drivers at the back though, having to get around that corner early on. What's Azad doing? Just staying out of the way, is he? Yes. Oh. Okay, so to the front then. DDR Buddy in the Toyota, what is it, a G, what is it? It's a Supra, isn't it? That's basically what it is. Is it GR86 or something? Is that its official title? Oh, Mortality Pablo goes a little bit wide there in 3rd. Smiling Speedster should do well here, starting from the front. He's a pretty quick driver, but we don't know what DDR Buddy's like, to be honest. He's doing alright so far. Smiling Speedster chasing him down. Mortality Pablo had a little bit of a wobble coming into about turn 3 or 4. Maybe caused a little bit of a chaos behind him, bit of a gap, and then Königsschleiser in 4th. Slipstream losing a position and picking up a penalty in 5th. Kevin Turbo in 6th. It's all kicking off behind. Leaf Barnes side by side with Die Gazelle. That is sometimes where the chaos happens. Oh, ADR Caddy did get in. Oh, Carry, sorry, in the great big monstrous spaceship of a Citroen. Oh, he's got it all wrong though. He's absolutely lit that thing up now. Will he hang about? Will he carry on racing? That's the question. A lot of drivers, they have a spin out like that, lose the field and then just give it up. But you never know what's going to happen here at Nords. DDR Buddy though, doing okay. He's pulled a full 2nd ahead of Smiling Speedster. It's looking pretty stable at the minute. That little Toyota. Smiling Speedster in the Porsche in 2nd. Mortality Pablo in 3rd in the Ferrari. Königsschleiser 4th. Slipstream in 5th. Still with that penalty. Another little bit of a gap developing. Back to Kevin Turbo in 6th. He's got Popkind for company. Oh, Die Gazelle goes wide through there. He's on the grass. Oh, and he takes out Mart as he's coming back on track. Mart will not be happy with that. Absolutely nothing he could do there. I can imagine he kind of expected Die Gazelle's car to be ghosting out, but it certainly didn't. Now here comes ADR Carry as well. Can he make that position up? No, he tries to go around the outside. Doesn't work out. Oh, he's got to be careful getting back on the grass there as well. Mark getting taken out then with Digazel's mistake there. DDR Buddy looking pretty good so far. Halfway around lap 1. 1.2 seconds lead over Smiling Speedster. That's Mortality Pablo in the Ferrari in 3rd place behind Smiling. Perfect line there for DDR Buddy. Into this right-hander then. Don't put the power down too early. Don't light the rear tyres up coming up here. Slam it into the banked turn of the carousel. Yeah, just feathering that throttle on the way through there. Don't want to push yourself out of that. If you hit the flat bit on that carousel, you lose so much time and traction. Kept that 1.2 seconds gap anyway at the moment. Little twitch there for both drivers actually. It does look like Mortality Pablo is closing up on the pair of them. Actually, Smiling Speedster putting a bit of pace on now. Oof. Risking it through there though. A little bit wide. Look at this Smiling Speedster trying to bring the time down, but unfortunately he's... Oh! DDR Buddy goes wide through there. He's going to have dirty tyres, he's got to be careful. Let me get myself on with Pablo here then. So 3rd place driver chasing down Smiling Speedster. Trying to get the angle to get the move done on Smiling Speedster. A little flash. Come on mate, get out of the way or hurry the hell up. Let's get DDR Buddy in front. And again, the Ferrari faster than the Porsche. No room to get past there, says Smiling Speedster. Gonna have to leave it till the Dottinger straight. Over the brow then, down towards the mini carousel. Don't want to put your foot on the throttle too early there either. Towards the Swallowtail, turning right through here. They are getting a little bit closer. Oh no, DDR, no, Buddy Buds. He's decided to dip it on the grass. One of the trickiest corners. One of the trickiest corners on the circuit, that one. And it's caught him out. Smiling Speedster then leads. But for how much longer? Mortality Pablo, look at the speed the Ferrari's carrying. Gives Smiling Speedster a bit of a bump draft. Looks like Slipstream's taken Mart out as well. Cool, blimey, he's not having a good race. Now going for the move then. Carrying the speed. Smiling Speedster physically backs off the throttle. Mortality Pablo then leads coming into the start-finish straight of lap 1. Can he start stretching the lead out now for lap 2? Smiling Speedster sticking right there with him. Can Buddy Buds close the gap back up as well after that little incident? Oh no, through the Swallowtail. Nearly gets it wrong through there as well, Buddy. Let's just hold on to it though. Kevin Turbo up to 4th. Ace Killer 5th. Being harassed by Koenig Schleiser in the Beetle. Gouda Curl 7th. Started from the back. So he's carved his way through most of the field. Oh, Koenig Schleiser almost takes out Gouda Curl. Both drivers handling that one pretty well. Leaf Barn all alone at the minute in 8th. Azad the Dom in 9th. Potkind in 10th. Digazel in 11th. ADR Carry in 12th. And Mart at the back of the pack. Got taken out by Slipstream as well by the sounds of it. If he finishes here though, he does start at the front for race 3. But he won't be happy with being taken out. Not at all. Oof, Mortality Pablo throwing the Ferrari into the hairpin. Smiling Speedster keeping him honest at the minute though. Still less than a second between these two. DDR Buddy hasn't got the pace then to keep with those two. He's slowly falling into Ace Killer's hands. 3.5 seconds ahead to Smiling Speedster. There is 1.5 seconds back to Ace Killer. Kevin Turbo right there with him. Ferrari quick as well. He's got about a mile an hour top speed more than the BMW and the Porsche. Good curl in 6th then, making his way past Koenigsschleiser as he was getting that a little bit sideways. Oh no, there's Buddy again. Oh, he's been caught out a second time. It's been such a good race for him as well, really. Leading the whole of lap 1 pretty much. Apart from that last little incident on the Dottinger. Just another incident. Oh no, we catch him again. Oh no, DDR Buddy. It's all going wrong for him. The yellow flags are out as Popkind comes around the corner. We see DDR Buddy just getting himself back underway. There's Digazelle in 11th and DIA 3SP Mart in 12th. So again, I think we've lost 3 drivers from this one. ADR Carry, Slipstream and somebody else. Not sure who else so far. Smiling Speedster then, got his indicator on. Even shows on the dashboard, look. Using the Slipstream, so could potentially go for a move down here. He's not closing up on the Ferrari as quickly as he'd like though to be able to go for that move. He's not going to make it easy either, Mortality Pablo. So just 0.4 of a second in it between these two. Nobody inside behind. Ace Killer then through to 3rd. There's the headlights. 3.8 seconds behind for Ace Killer. There he is, just heading up the hill. What can he do? Can he close that 3.6 seconds down now in the last half a lap? He's pushing hard. Good curl through to 4th as well. Leaves Barn through to 5th. Koenigsschleiser 6th. Azad Don 7th. Kevin Turbo 8th, DDR Buddy all the way to 9th. Popkind in 10th, Digazelle 11th, and Mart still just really coasting around. Over a minute behind race leader, but he has been tangled up in incidents and accidents a couple of times tonight in this race. Look at this, Mortality Pablo's not managed to get away then. Smiling Speedster keeping him right there. Is he going to take a win, Smiling Speedster? Is he just biding his time behind Mortality, waiting for that Dottinger straight? Look at this. Ace Killer is actually hauling that time down. It was about 3.5 seconds. It's down to 2 seconds. He's absolutely stomping on this BMW then. Is it going to be enough? Down to 1.9. These two getting the Dottinger straight and work together. I don't know whether Ace Killer can get up to them. Needs to get that time below a second to pick up a slipstream. Down to 1.6 through the mini carousel then. Down to 1.4, 1.3. If he can carry the speed through this one, make up a little bit of time on those two, might just be enough. Oh, he's got a slipstream. He's got a slipstream. What can he do with this? He's trying to keep it tucked in behind the Porsche then. 0.8 of a second back. Mortality Pablo still leading. The Porsche hasn't been able to hang on to the back of him. Ace Killer doing everything he can though, trying to keep that car bang plumb behind Smiling Speedster to pick up that toe. He's still getting closer, but it's a little bit too late now. Got to go through this sequence of corners, which would just cause absolute chaos if people go for overtakes. Look at that, closes right up then, but it is going to be Mortality Pablo, unless he gets this one wrong. Which he doesn't. He is going to take the win then for race 2, followed by Smiling Speedster in second. Ace Killer coming home in third. Gouda Curl coasting around that final turn. But taking fourth, Leaf Barn taking fifth. Koenigschleiser coming home in sixth. Hazard the Don coming home across the line the right way this time in seventh. Kevin Turbo taking eighth. DDR Buddy, what a shame for him, ninth place. Potkind Vectra in 10th. Digazelle just coming up the hill now then. So he will take 11th. Just wait for Mart. Again, got tangled up with a couple of drivers. Okay, he's going to go reverse all the way up here then. I'm going to have to go and get something to wipe my brow, people. It's absolutely soaking. Well, I'm absolutely soaking. Let's just watch Mart cross the line then. He will take 12th, but backwards. There he is. Across the line then. It does put him on pole for race 3 though, so that should be okay for him. There he is. Mortality Pablo on the top spot. Not Bad Driver is his nickname. There you go. Official results then: Mortality Pablo up front, Smiling Speedster second, TOR Ace Killer third, Gouda Curl fourth, Leaf Barn in fifth, Koenigschleiser sixth, Azad the Don seventh, Kevin Turbo in eighth, DDR Buddy Buds in ninth, Potkind Vectra 10th, Digazelle 11th, DIA 3SP Mart in 12th, and we did lose just 2 drivers, ADR Carry and Slipstream X, quite early on with that. There we go. So next race at 48, that gives me a few minutes just to... I'm coming back, people. I'm getting wet in here. That's not good. Yeah, look, it's already happening, look. It's already happening. Dripping. I've not got my little air fan blower on yet. It's gonna have to go on though. It's gonna have to go on. Whoa, there she is. Now you're on the wobble. Well, there we go. There we go. Whew. Apologies if you can hear that, but evening Duco. It's needed. Flipping it. Warm, warm, warm is what it is. Stay hydrated. Whew. Ace Killer there then, pushing it at the end, trying to take any position off of Smiling Speedster. Or what was his name? Mortality Pablo. Is he still here? Yes, he is. Slipstream X as well. Although he left the race, he's hung about. Anybody else? No new drivers. Oh, Whiskall turned up. We saw you Was that last week or the week before? Not too sure. What? Where's Smoke the Hillbilly gone? He was a funny commentator. Was that me last week when I was a bit drunk? Was that me? Was I saying inappropriate stuff? I don't think I was. If that's who you're talking about, anyway. Last week's stream, it was my birthday on the actual Saturday night, so I had several beers. Ooh, changing it up next week then. We're going back to 3-lap races for next week. That changes things up a little bit. Alright, you lot. Stop it. Stop it. Hillbilly's not coming out tonight. All right. Well, if the consensus is that most people like Hillbilly Drunk Dark Smoker, then Hillbilly Drunk Dark Smoker might have to be the way to go. Okay, round the corner from race 3 then. It's going to be Wiscol that leads us out. Mark won't quite get pole position because obviously Wiscol's a new driver. But again, another reverse grid, so that puts Mark 2nd, Digazelle 3rd, Potkind 4th, Buddy 5th. Again, was leading this one at race 2, but then had all sorts of incidents and accidents. Ended up about 9th, I think. Kevin Turbo then, Azad. Followed by Koenig, Schleiser, Leaf Barn. Oh, the countdown's already underway. Gouda Curl, Ace Killer, Smiling Speedster, Mortality Pablo on Slipstream X, I think because he was in the lobby but left the race. You start from the back. Okay, race just about to get underway. Let me turn the nonsense on. I've done it again, look. Let me turn the nonsense on already. Watch Slipstream crash into a wall. Oh, not now, is he on the Dottinger straight? There we go. Okay, so we're all out of whack. Mortality Pablo is not at the front, he's at the back. We have got Wiscol leading us out, even though it says he's 2nd. Mart is 2nd, not 3rd. It just sometimes goes a little bit janky until we get around the first couple of corners or the first time in line, and then it all sets itself right. So, lights on then, race 3 just about to get underway. What can Wiscol do off the start? Oh, it's a little bit of a false start. Was it a false start by Potkind? Seemed to carry the speed actually. Mart sneaking up the inside of Wiscol through turn 1, taking that position straight off him. So it's saying give way to faster cars, but that's because it's all janky and all over the place until it gets reset. There we go. Martin first, then Digazelle into 2nd, already making his way past Wiscol. Potkind into 4th, then DDR Buddy 5th, Kevin Turbo 6th, Leaf Barn 7th, Gouda Curl in 8th, Ace Killer 9th, Smiling Speedster in 10th. Back in the Ferrari this time. Mortality Pablo in 11th. Oh, who's this? Leaf Barn backwards in 13th. Azad trying to catch up with everybody in, Slipstream trying to catch up with everybody in 14th. Oh, Koenigschleiser with a 4-second penalty. What have you done? It's upset somebody. So Mart in clear air at the minute. 1.4 seconds as they go through the hairpin. Gazelle in second, chasing him down. Wiskull still holding that third, being chased by Potkind. There we go, flooding down foxholes then. Mortality Pablo already up to 10th position. Again, I think a couple of drivers peeled out of the way to let everybody else through. Azad probably one of those. He did that in the previous race. Interested to know what you've been up to though. Koenigschleiser with a 4-second penalty. Mortality Pablo in the wall and now left the race. He's left the room, in fact. Oh, Azad dips a wheel on the grass, gets that Lamborghini a little bit sideways. He's still got dirty tyres coming into the next turn. Nearly lights those up coming through there as well. He's pushing it on the exit of these corners. Leaf Barn then, after spinning it off quite early on, in 12th place. We've got Slipstream trying to close up on him in 13th. Mark's gap then fallen down to a second. Gazelle closing that gap up on him. There's a big train of drivers behind as well then. Wiskull, Potkind, Kevin Turbo, Gouda Curl, DDR Buddy, Ace Killer. Oof. Smiling Speedster getting the tail of that Ferrari a little bit loose. Koenigschleiser holding that 10th then, still being harassed by Azad. Leaf Barn and Slipstream still way off the pace at the minute. Okay, Mart under serious threat now. Gazelle just half a second behind him, getting the Slipstream at this particular part of the circuit as well. Both drivers through there cleanly. Little kink. Hard on the brakes then, through the right hander, up the hill towards the carousel. Gazelle still in chase mode. Let's jump on board with him. Mark gains a little bit of time through the carousel, jumps that gap up to 0.9 of a second. Keep pushing though, needs to break that gap between himself and Gazelle, especially before he gets onto the Dottinger straight. Doesn't want to give any advantage to those drivers behind. Gazelle keeping himself right there though, gap opens up behind. Potkind Vector now 1.8 seconds behind. Keeping him in check here, Gazelle. A couple of little mistakes, but he does seem to be able to close that time back down on Mart. Over the little drop then, through the double right-hander. Still keeping himself right there, Gazelle. Mart under serious threat then. Potkind in third, 2.7 seconds back. Wiskull fourth. Kevin Turbo looking for a way past in fifth. Ace Killer just half a second back himself in sixth. DDR Buddy in seventh, still getting a toe off of Ace Killer. And then big gaps back to Koenigschleiser. So let's just get ourselves back to the front. Keep an eye on this. So Mart is going to come under attack then from Gazelle. He's just 0.7 of a second behind Mart as they hit the Dottinger Straight, getting a slipstream as well. I believe the BMW is 1 mile an hour quicker than the Porsche, maybe, but so Digazelle will close up on Mart, but maybe not as much as you would see if it was the opposite way around with the BMW behind the Porsche. It's not going to be enough to get the overtake then in lap 1. Closes up under braking though. I definitely thought Mart was going to lose that position there, but he's kept himself in that top spot. He's got a whole lap with Digazelle right behind him then. Ace Killer through to 3rd. DDR Buddy through to 4th. Popkind 5th. What happened to you? Did you just get abused by slipstream? Is that what happened to you? Ace Killer getting through. Buddy right behind him as well. Having a slightly better race at the minute, DDR Buddy. Popkind 5th then. Big gap back to Gouda Curl in 6th. A little bit squirrely through there. Oof, and again. Leaf Barn in 7th. Got a few drivers tucked up behind him. Smiling Speedster. Kevin Turbo, Wiscol. 2 Ferraris going at it, running up the hill then. Oh, Smiling Speedster just losing out to Kevin Turbo up the hill. They're all chasing Leaf Barn down at the moment in his Ferrari. 458 versus the 296 is the 2 different Ferraris we've got. Wiscol in 10th then. Little battle happening behind Slipstream and Koenigschleiser, pretty close together as well. Koenigschleiser looking to get past in the Beetle. All over the back of Slipstream. Azad the Don, unfortunately another 4 seconds behind these boys in 13th. Tries to scoot one up the inside there, Koenigschleiser, but not to be at the minute. There's Azad just coming around that last turn. Still not too far off the field, to be perfectly honest, at this stage in the race. So back to the front then. Mart still under threat then from Digazelle. Would quite like Digazelle to have a bit of a slippy slidey moment, thank you very much. Get away from me, he's saying, leave me alone. Can be pretty intense racing, regardless of where you are on track, with a driver of similar skill who's literally always in your mirror. Can put the heebie-jeebies up you if you're not used to it. Mart though, seasoned driver, might not be able to take the win, we'll see, but he won't let that pressure get to him, I don't think. Ace Killer off that pace then, 4 seconds behind the top 2. DDR Buddy falling off his pace a little bit as well. That gap opens up to 1.7 seconds. Popkind Vectra gets a little bit closer to him as well. Under no direct threat now from behind. Gouda Curl 5.3 seconds back in his Ferrari. Leaf Barn another 3.5 seconds back in his. He's got 2.1 seconds back to Kevin Turbo in another Ferrari. 0.6 back to Smiling Speedster in his Ferrari. Wiscol in his Porsche. Oof, Smiling Speedster. Smiling Speedster. Smiling Speedster. Koenigschleiser. Ah, both getting it wrong then. Koenigschleiser must be fuming. He's already had to lose a 4-second penalty, and now he's got a 2-second penalty he's got to lose. Spitting bullets in that Beetle. Mart then. Still leading, trying to open that gap up between himself and Gazelle. Pushing it. Opens that gap up to just over a second. Can he hold on to this then by the time he gets to the Dottinger Straight? That's the... Oh, a little bit wide through there. Doesn't lose much speed. Gazelle, on the other hand, goes a little bit squirrely through that next turn. Actually makes up a little bit of time on Mart. Gap just hovering above a second. Still no slipstream for Gazelle. So a few corners left for Mart to go then before they get to the Dottinger. He needs to maintain this lead. Working for him at the minute. Let's just keep an eye on it. Into the mini carousel, cleanly out of that. Gap's down again though, just hovering above that second mark again. Through the swallowtail. What's the time going to be by the time he exits? Is it enough? Just pulling away a tiny little bit from Gazelle. Gazelle doing everything he can, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We saw on the last lap that Gazelle didn't have the power, even with the slipstream, to get back onto Mart's tail. Not close enough to go for an attack. And he was already within that slipstream range. Gazelle this time, unfortunately, is not within that slipstream range, so it's going to be absolutely impossible for him. Already back up the hill. It is going to be Mart that takes the win then in race 3. Not an easy race for him, with Gazelle so close for the entire 2 laps. But Gazelle comes home in 2nd. Ace Killer takes 3rd. Buddy comes home in 4th. Popkind takes 5th. Gouda Curl takes 6th position. Leaf Barn around that final turn. Kicks up a little bit of muck through there, but takes 7th. Kevin Turbo takes 8th. Skull coming home in 9th position, as had the Don, actually making up a few positions there, coming home in 10th. Kurdic Schleiser and Smiling Speedster slipping and sliding all over the place. Kurdic Schleiser's so angry he's finishing in the pit stop. So angry. So Slipstream will take 11th, Smiling Speedster will take 12th, and Kurdic Schleiser ends in the pits but will finish 13th. Does put him on pole for the next race. There we go. Mart on the top spot for race 3 then. Oh, no. Come on. That's what I meant to look at. So Mart on the top spot, official results. Gazelle in 2nd, Ace Killer 3rd, Buddy 4th, Popkind Vector 5th, Gouda Curl 6th, Leaf Barn in 7th, Kevin Turbo in 8th. Whiskull in 9th, Azad the Don 10th, Slipstream in 11th, Smiling Speedster 13th, Smiling Speedster in 12th, Koenig Schleiser 13th, and it was Mortality Pablo we lost early on, even though he won the previous race. Right, any new drivers in the house? Let's have a look. Yes, Marto Afron and Obi-Wan Kenobi, I can imagine, I can assume. Maybe I'm just talking out my backside. Apart from that, how are we all doing tonight, people? Alright, I hope. Go and check out, what are you doing? Go and check out the website, which I will pull up in a second. There we go. And then Shazamo, there we go, onto the website. Just4Fun Driving Club.de. It is a German website, but it will auto-translate, as you can see there. So lots to look at. Home, events, rankings, about us. This is not a ranked event, by the way. They are talking about turning it into one, but it's not as it stands. So the about us, news, members, guest book, that sort of thing. Gallery, it's got videos and an archive, tips and tricks, setup and more, contacts, get involved. That's the best page though. That's the best page, look. It's got me tucked on the bottom. But yeah, plenty to look at, people. If you want to get over there, go show the love, drop a little comment in there, tell them I sent you, that sort of thing. And if you want to get involved, obviously go hit them up by any of their links here. Yeah, or fill out the form. There you go. There you go. Okay. Boom. Oh, I've closed the wrong thing down. You absolute donut. Why have you done that? Why have you done that? There we go. Let's get the stream back on. There we go. What a donut. And then we will turn it off. Boom. And up. There we go. Marto Afron, what have you got on your car? I can see green and white stripes, but there looks to be a little bit more than that going on. What's the deal with this new championship? I don't know, Ace Killer. I don't know. Like I say, Potkind was talking about turning this into some kind of event, maybe a once a month thing or something like that. But I'm not too sure. It's just in the sort of talks stages at the minute. Nothing to do with me, obviously. I'll just sit and chat nonsense every night. It's up to you guys to sort out the setup and the laps and when it is and the schedule and talk it out amongst yourselves, people. Just tell me when. Okay, just around the corner from race 4. Was it just Marto Afron? Oh, here we go, Borussia. Football nonsense. And Hobie-Wan, if he actually decides to pick a car. Okay, countdown already happening. Hobie-Wan not racing by the looks of it. Yeah, Potkind. More details. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay, so another reverse grid. New drivers do start from the front, except you, Borussia fan. I don't know why you've not started from the front. Maybe because you support Borussia Dortmund. I don't know. But it is Marto Afron is going to lead us out. What can he do? Koenigschleiser second. Smiling Speedster in third. Slipstream fourth. Oh, Smiling Speedster stuck on the line. Semi-naked ladies on Marto Afron's livery. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Yep. Cowgirl. Yep. We'll have that. Oh yes. Yep. What's that? No. That's. Yeah. 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 We like those. Okay, so we've gone too far. Marto Afron holds that lead though. Koenigschleiser's keeping him right there with him. Wiskel through to third. Leafbaum fourth. Kevin Turbo fifth. Guda Curl in sixth. Potkind in seventh. Ace Killer eighth. Geigerzell ninth. Mart in 10th. Borussia Fan in 11th. Slipstream in 12th. Oh, a little bit of contact between those two. Azad the Don in 13th. Smiling Speedster after, not too sure what happened to him. He was just stuck on the grid while everybody else came peeling past him. Ooh, some glitching going on. I think Azad the Don doesn't quite know where his car is on track. Just stay here and watch this battle between Borussia and Slipstream. Slipstream actually just getting ahead of Borussia. Come past him in that Mercedes, but nowhere to go through this next set of corners. Azad the Don trying to close up. Looking for any mistake by these two. Oh, a little bit drifty through there for Azad, but he held on to it. No sign of Smiling Speedster yet. Hazards on all the way for Hazard the Don. You like what I did there? Smiling Speedster, terrible start for him. 50 seconds back from race lead at the minute. Koenigschleiser through to the lead of the race then. Wiskel second. What has happened to Marto Afron? He's dropped to 6th. Leafbaum through to 3rd. Kevin Turbo 4th. Guda Curl 5th. Potkind 6th. Marto Afron now 7th. Still drifting that BMW. Ace Killer right to his rear end now. Geigerzell chasing him. Killer looking for a wave past. Marto Afron lights the rears up coming through there. Unfortunately, Ace Killer T-boning him. Geigerzell able to get through. Brings DIA 3SP Mart right under his rear wing as well. Slipstream leaves the room now. Then trying to close up on Ace Killer. Ace Killer trying to get the time back on Geigerzell to get that position back. Marto Afron after a terrible start. He's being pushed along this circuit by Borussia Fan. Oh, he's gone wide through there. Just carrying way too much speed. Borussia goes through. Azad the Don not quite able to get past. Still kind of got his hazards on, even though they're not kind of hazarding. Well, fine at the front, terrible at the back. Look at that. Oh, pick it up, Azad. Hold on to it, son. Seems to be wanting to try and kill him every time he turns the steering wheel, that thing. Fortunately, Smiling Speedster still 50 seconds off the back of these boys. There he is. So back to the front then. Koenigschleiser still leads in the Beetle. 1.2 seconds ahead of Wiskel. Just got to stop those drips down the head, people. Top 3 then pretty close together. Guda Curl up to 4th. Getting himself past Kevin Turbo. Potkind in 6th. Geigerzell 7th. Ace Killer in 8th. Mart still tucked onto the back end here in 9th. And then the big gap starts. 6.2 seconds back to Borussia. Another 4.4 back to Marto. Azad now right behind him, looking for a way past. Smiling Speedster still 46 seconds. Made up a little bit of time, but hazards are working now. Maybe it's just the weird camera angle when you're close up. Oh no, Smiling Speedster. Oh no. He's not happy. Okay, on to the Dottinger straight then. Look at this. Watch Koenigsschleiser now. He'll get swamped. This car will... It's got a 7th gear. There he goes with the 7th. Is it going to be enough though? It's topping out 165, 166. The Porsche just able to close up using the slipstream. Shove Koenigsschleiser down the road now. Will we see Wiskel go for a move here? Another push for the Beetle. Coming back up the hill now. No opportunity for Wiskel to go for an overtake through these next set of corners. So it is Koenigsschleiser that's going to lead us around the start of this next lap at least. I was just about to say, can he handle the pressure? And it just got on top of him a little bit there. And he's gone from 1st to 4th. Gudekerl, look at that, Gudekerl was 4th. He's got past Leafbaum, past Wiskel, into 2nd, and obviously with Koenigsschleiser's departure that puts him in 1st. What a drive. Oh, we see Wiskel getting it slightly loose through there. Koenigsschleiser coming back. Tiny bit of contact between the pair of them, but everybody else closing back up now. So Gudekerl leads then 1.4 seconds. Smiling Speedster saying something about his clutch pedal got stuck or something like that. Got stuck at the start, so he wasn't able to drop the clutch to get away. There we go. Explanation in the chats. Leafbaum in 2nd then. Wiskel now 3rd. Koenigsschleiser 4th, but for how much longer I don't know. We've got Potkind, Ace Killer right up his rear end. Gazelle as well. Oh, it has fallen off the back of those boys a little bit. Under no threat from behind though. Another 8.8 seconds back to Kevin Turbo. Another 1.7 back to Borussia Fan. Marto Afron down to 11th. And it's just Azad the Don behind him now. Gudekerl is just going to stretch his legs now, I think, in that Ferrari. Fanatec. Mystic issues, Spiding Speedster saying. Yeah, I think they all suffer from some dilemma or another at some point. I can't imagine the hot weather's helping these bits of kit out either. I know my old Thrustmaster used to get a little bit toasty, had to have a secondary fan. I had to chop the top open on it and it had a secondary fan bolted in the top of it. If that wasn't on, my god, you found out quick. Halfway through lap 1, lap 2, it just goes sloppy. No feedback, nothing. But yeah, Gudekerl then 2.3 seconds now over Leafbaum. Has not been able to close the gap up. Wiskel's hanging on in there. This big pile of drivers coming down here then. Eight drivers, and then this is the next little bunch. We've got Kevin at Turbo, Borussia. Oh, Marto Afron just getting it wrong through there, and then Azad the Don lost Smiling Speedster, obviously clutch issues. Again, now he's out front, Gudekerl, just easing himself away from everybody else. I say that as he slides that Ferrari around that turn. Didn't lose too much time, thankfully. A couple of tenths into the carousel. Leafbaum throws himself in there, followed by Wiskel. Ace Killer through to 4th then, past Potkind. Oh, Potkind getting it all wrong. Gazelle goes through. Koenigsschleiser goes through. Mart goes through. Potkind back up to speed. Bit of front end damage on that car. Will run a little bit slow. He's got Kevin Turbo less than 3 seconds behind him. Sorry, less than 4 seconds behind him. That damage will repair itself, but it will make him run slow for a corner or 3, which will allow Kevin Turbo to close back up. But he's already got himself a half a second penalty, so any time he makes up, he'll only lose at the end of this lap anyway. Borussia fan out on his own then, 3.2 seconds behind Kevin Turbo, 5.5 seconds ahead of Marto, and Marto now 7.7 seconds ahead of Azad. They're both getting a little bit loose. Running well then for Gouda Curl, 3.3 seconds still. Leaf Barn Wiskol still second and third, Ace Killer fourth, Gazelle fifth, Koenig Schleiser 6th. Mart actually closing up on him in 7th. Wow, yeah, that's not good, Smiling Speedster. I know a lot of drivers in some of my other lobbies physically take the wheels to bits, they take their pedals to bits and slide all the things off and blow them all out, clean them all out. So might need a bit of that, I don't know. Mark then closing up on Smiling Speedster. On Koenig Schleiser, apologies. No problem. No problem. You can always stay listening to the stream, Smiling Speedster, while you're eating. Not getting through then, but it is going to be Gouda Curl that takes the win in race 4. Was this race 5? Who knows? Kicks up a bit of curb through there as well, but takes the win. Leaf Barn mangles a few cones himself for second. Wiskott takes third, Ace Killer fourth, Gazelle fifth. Mark coming home in 6th then, just past Koenig Schleiser. Potkind taking 8th. A few drivers wanted to take those cones out, poor things. Borussia fan coming home in 9th position. Marto Affron up to the line taking 10th. Oh, Kevin Turbo stuck halfway down. What was that? Something reset? Wow. Don't think Kevin Turbo is moving anywhere. Change from the computer. There you go. There you go. Oh, the wheels turn for Kevin. Oh, he has put the throttle down, but I think he's a little bit too far back. He's left the lobby, so we jumped to Gouda Curl, or he's left the race. But he would have taken 11th. There we go, Gouda Curl. 2 wins tonight for him. Excuse me. Oh, Kevin Turbo's on YouTube as well, so maybe go and check his stream out. He might be doing a... in fact, let us put that in there, shall we? Kevin Turbo. Is he running a live stream himself? Boop. Was it Kevin Turbo 867? That's one word for starters. Let's make it that. And what? 867. Boop. There he is. Kevin Turbo 867. He is not live. Okay. Surprising. Maybe he's going to record it and put it on later. Oh, come on, back to your own channel, you moron. There we go. There's the stream. Where's the chat? Come on, computer. Why is everything running slow today? The chat's gone. That's come back. Good. Yeah, that was a pretty crazy race, to be honest. Ace Killer. Smoke. DK. Smoky DK. King Hitman has joined the room. Sody Cartin has joined the room. We have Lost a Marts from the room. We've still got, once Kevin Turbo chooses a car, we'll have well, 12 drivers now, because Digazel's just left us. Still got a good few minutes until race 5 anyway. Let's repeat this for the newbies. The newbies and the not rememberers. My little fan's working quite well. It's below me table, just blowing up. It's blowing up, which is quite nice. So 2 more races left tonight. Both going to be 2 lappers. Next race should be reverse grid of previous race results. But I know in the last race they like to mix it up and just put the faster drivers at the front and let them crack on. So stick around for that. That might still be happening tonight. Aha. Calginio has joined the room. Max Rokatansky or Calginio. We'll stick with Calginio, I think. It's easier to remember. What time did he say? 28? Did he say 28? 29. Oh, that's close. Calginio's gone for the Jag. Sody Cartier, what did you choose? Oh, and you, King Hitman. He's gone for the 296. GTR for Smoky DK. I think you're going to get swamped in that, my friend. Sody Cartin has gone for the Ferrari. And Marto Afron is going to try and keep that BMW on the grey bit of the circuit and not the green bit. Hopefully. Hopefully. Calginio just being asked, just asking if he can be put to the back. Doesn't want to get in anyone's way. And fair play, you know, that's a decent bit of race etiquette, that is. If you know you're not as fast as some of these drivers, you know, as much as everyone wants to win, knowing full well you've got faster drivers behind you and the pressure's only going to make you crash off track. Yeah, put yourself at the back and just try and keep up, I think. Until you've learnt the track and know how to race it. It's yeah. Potkind Vectra telling him no. We have a grid order, and that's where you're starting. That's a great big get over it. That was from Potkind. I should learn German, shouldn't I? So I know what they're talking about. Some of it is very similar to English. Some of it is miles away, but okay. Oh, King Hitman. Yep. That wasn't him crashing into a wall. It does disconnect all controls a split second before the lobby starts, the race starts, so drivers just lose all power and you see the car go ploughing into the wall. But we are here for race 5 then. Smokey DK going to lead us out. King Hitman in second, Calginio in third, Sody Kart in fourth. So all those new drivers at the front then. Lights are go. Oh, it's a false start by Smokey DK. He doesn't know what to do, just trying to stay out of the way. Almost slammed it into reverse then, but he is almost up to pace. Gets a little bit of a tangle with Marto Afro, but everybody cleanly through so far by the looks of it. Let's have a look. Anybody left behind? No. So King Hitman leads us out then. Calginio all the way through to second position. Sody Karting right behind him in third. Tricky couple of corners to go through here. Now if you don't recognise that livery on that car, then there's something wrong with you. And let's have a closer look at that from Calginio, shall we? Recognise that? Tell me what that's from. Old school heads only. So King Hitman then leads us out down towards the hairpin. Calginio second under threat. Got a lot of drivers behind him. Sody Karting, Marto Afro looking for a way past. And then this next part, Smokey DK having a poor start, ending up fifth. Even though he was first on the grid. Koenigschleiser right behind him. Popkind Vector right behind him. Borussia fan tucked in there as well. Being chased by Ace Killer at the back of that little pile. Side by side with Popkind. Should have the inside line into this next turn. Great move by Ace Killer there. If he can carry the speed past, he can. Popkind has to slot into 9th then. That was quite early setup for Ace Killer. It's a good move. Good curl 10th. Now are we going to see him just plough his way through the field again over these next 2 laps and take another win here tonight? Leaf Barn trying to hang there with him, as is Wiskol. 12 drivers for this race then at the moment. King Hitman still leading. Sody Karting up his rear endo, both in the Ferrari 296. Marto Afron getting past Calginio. Calginio not getting on too well here, making a few mistakes. Under threat from Smokey DK. Holds on to that position. It's coming under threat though. Car's starting to pile up behind him. Marto Afro goes for a move at the inside. Smokey DK tries to look for the move, following through. Let's get on board with Calginio, shall we? So he's got a slipstream off of Marto. Tried to go for an overtake himself. Nearly lights the rears up coming out of there. Marto Afro does exactly that. He ploughs into the wall. Calginio back into third then. 2.6 seconds behind King Hitman, who's lost that top spot to Sody Karting. Smokey DK trying to use the slipstream to get past. Borussia fan as well, trying to get through. Ace Killer trying to get through. There's Gouda Curl just tucked onto the back of these boys, looking for a way through himself. Oh, Smokey DK goes wide. Calginio just keeps it on track. Oh, there's drivers off all over the place in the background. Leaf Barn 7th then. Oh, Wiskol sideways 8th. Popkind 9th. Marto Afron in 10th. Oh, Smokey DK not had a great time there. Down to 11th. Koenigschleiser 12th. Also not having a great race at the moment. So So Sodi karting up front, absolutely stomping it here then. 4.7 seconds ahead of King Hitman. So it wasn't a massive mistake by King Hitman. He's had a little mistake somewhere, but I think Sodi karting, just fast-paced driver. He's already pulling time over King Hitman, 5.1 seconds now. Calginio hanging on to that third position. Ace Killer almost pushing him on the exit of that turn. Flash of the lights. Come on, son. Out of the way. Ace Killer getting a slightly tighter line. He's got the inside line into this next turn. Gets that position off of Calginio. Just hangs onto it coming into that next turn. Got everybody closing up. Ace Killer just trying to get that car put on a track again. And now it's Gouda Curl tucked under the rear wing of Calginio. Look at the chaos as they're coming through here with everybody so close. Gouda Curl can't even see where he's going. Oh, he tries to make his way past Calginio. It's not enough. The Jag just managed to put his foot down and have that tiny bit of power off the line. Gouda Curl got to try again. He's dragging Borussia fan with him. It's Leaf Palm not far behind. Past Calginio this time. Everybody loose on the exit of that one, and look how much he's closed up on King Hitman. Oh, King Hitman carries too much speed through. He's onto the grass. It's Ace Killer, the next man on track then, 1.2 seconds behind Gouda Curl. But look how far up the road Sodi karting is from Ace Killer. You can only just see that little black dot. 6.9 seconds up the road. Ferrari slowly closing up again, just a mile an hour quicker, I think. 2 miles an hour quicker. 166, 167. Ace Killer doing about 164, 165. So a couple of miles an hour top speed difference between the Ferrari and the BMW. Coming up to end lap 1 then. Sodi karting absolutely smashing it at the minute. 5.8 seconds up the road. Ooh, a little bit squirrely through there. He was nearly 7 seconds by the time they got off the Dottinger straight. So he's made a tiny little mistake somewhere. Lost about 1.5 seconds. Can't actually see Ace Killer's headlights just yet. So under no threat at the minute, Sodi. Is Ace Killer is under pressure though from Gouda Curl in that second Ferrari. Borussia fan also making his way through up to 4th. Gouda Curl in 3rd, slipstream being picked up for him. Up flight path as well through the right hander. If he can carry the speed, he'll still get a slipstream off Ace Killer. Might be able to go for a move down towards the hairpin. Closing up again. No, going to work together. Gives Ace Killer a little nudge towards the left-hander. Drivers working together then to try and close that gap down on Sodi karting. Just see the glimmer of his headlights disappearing down the hill. Might just see the sparks at the bottom of the hill. There he is, yeah. 5.3 seconds the gap as it stands then. Sodi karting out front. Still pulling time. Ace Killer second then. Gouda Curl come from the back. He's found himself right here. Smiling Speedster back again. He's quick, Gouda Curl. He's definitely got the pace to get past Ace Killer. Whether he's got the pace, well, he hasn't got the pace. If he stays here behind Ace Killer, then he hasn't got the pace to close up on Sodi karting, I don't think. A third of the way round lap 2 then. But we'll see a fan through to 4th position. Calginio still doing alright in 5th. Potkind 6th. Wiskol's 7th. Marto Afron just having a little squirrely moment on the exit of that turn there in 8th. Koenigschleiser in 9th. King Hitman was leading this race at one point. He's down to 10th position. with just Smoky DK behind him now. Took 8% Kaku and pizza. I don't know what 8% Kaku is. Is it a beer? Oof, Leaf Barn, sorry, Smoky DK lights the rears up. Sorry, I saw a chat message pop up from Leaf Barn then. I was going to say something about him, but it was Smoky DK that was going sideways. Sodi karting then. Still smashing it. He's holding that 5.3 seconds gap between himself and now Gouda Curl, who has got past Ace Killer. Ah, okay, Leaf Barn playing in VR, he's lost tracking, so it's probably ended up made him look out the side window or something when he's rolling straight. Oof, Gouda Curl. So I think he's dipped himself out of this one, as Leaf Barn. Can Ace Killer hang on to Gouda Curl? Don't think again. Oh, I say that, they are closing up on Sodi karting. That gap down to 4.9 seconds. What's Gouda Curl got? Can he get that gap down to Sodi karting? Kind of dragging Ace Killer along at the minute as well. But I think that gap's only going to slowly but surely open up. Ferrari is definitely faster. So Borussia fan in 4th, Whiskol 5th. Sounds like Calginio's had a bit of an incident. He's no longer 5th. That is now Whiskol. Hotkind Vector in 6th. Marto Afron in 7th. Koenigschleiser in 8th. Calginio in 9th now. Maybe he got a bit of a tag from Hotkind. He did mention him. Oh, he just catch Smoky DK smashing it in the wall. Another time. Still pushing hard here though, Sodi. Gap at 4.4 seconds. Gouda Curl trying to drag that time down, but running out of corners now. Ace Killer's kept himself firmly bolted onto the back end of Gouda Curl here. Whether that's enough in terms of slipstream to get past him. We've seen there's a good couple of miles an hour between these two cars on the straight at top end. Is that slipstream enough for Ace Killer? Keeping himself right with him. Oh, over the brow. Kicks up a little bit of sand. Got to be careful through this next turn. Dirty tyres. Oh, the gap's opened up a little bit. Is that it? Has he just thrown it all away, Ace Killer? I think he has. That gap stretches to over a second just as Gouda Curl comes onto the fast part. No slipstream for Ace Killer then. No slipstream for Gouda Curl either. Sodi karting still 3.6 seconds up the road. There he is. There goes Gouda Curl. Ace Killer is going to have to settle for 3rd, unfortunately. But it is going to be Sodi karting that comes through to take race 5 win then. Barring any mistakes through these last couple of corners, but he's looked pretty consistent so far. And there he goes, taking the win then. Gouda Curl coming home in 2nd position. Another great race from him. And Ace Killer taking 3rd. Borussia fan coming home in 4th. Hotkind Vector taking 5th. Whiskol taking 6th. Marto Afron 7th. Koenigschleiser behind him for 8th. And then we just wait for Calginio. Goes coming home for 9th, and Smoky DK. I've got to say, Calginio, you know, although you wanted to start from the back, you held your own for a fair amount of time. You were in 3rd for an awful long time, and then okay, a little mistake dropped you down to 5th, but you held that 5th position for an awful long time. And then whatever happened halfway through lap 2, I don't know, but ended up 9th, and we don't get to see Smoky DK cross the line. So what's 8% Kahu then Smiling Speedster? I'm I'm hoping it's a nice, tasty percentage of beverage you've got. There he is on top spot then, MLG. Official results, Sodi karting up top. Goodkel second, Ace Killer third, Borussia in fourth, Popkind fifth, Wiskol sixth, Marto Afron seventh, Koenigschleiser in eighth, Calginio ninth, Smokey DK in 10th, Leaf Barn, whose VR decided it was going to kick itself in the face, and King Hitman, who I don't know what happened, he was leading the race and then it all went wrong. Good, get him down, you smiling speedster. Maybe don't have too many if you're, you know, taking your wheel to bits, taking your clutch to bits. One more. One more, let's go. One more. We can get one more in. Okay, losing an Ace Killer. Dracula's turned up. He's a little bit late tonight. Tastes something like Guinness, but has serious grump. I don't know what serious grump means. If you mean it's strong, then okay. If we were going to use, we would say serious grunt. It's got some grunt behind it. Ah. Okay, that might have been the last race, because we're down to 5 drivers. Where did everyone go? Yeah, it's going to have to be next week then. Wow. Okay, nobody hung around for the last race then. All right. Okay, that's it then. Koenigschleiser, me sad, me sad. He sounds like Rocky. Sounds like Rocky from Hail Mary. Okay, so that is going to be it for tonight, people. Again, I thought there was going to be one more race, but after the 5th, everyone decided to dip. So we're down to what we are. 4 drivers, but we're not going to race with those. 3 drivers, because people are leaving. But that's it from me tonight, people. Unfortunately, 1 race short, but we are back tomorrow night for some more racing. GR2 class Japanese supercars we're in tomorrow night. So 9 o'clock on this channel, or if you're in Germany, I think it'll be 10 o'clock. Are you 1 hour ahead of us or 1 hour behind us? Who knows? 9 o'clock UK. That's what time. So that's Japanese Super GTs tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, and then back same time, same place next week for more of this, and then more of that on next Sunday. That's going to be it from me tonight, people. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, make sure you click all those buttons, the like, subscribes, but most of all, you know what I want you to do, people. Tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.